right through with all the stories that we're going to go through today. All right, here we go. So, from the Babylon Bee, because the Babylon Bee is the best source of satire in the world, 9 signs that your newborn baby might be trans. Well, the day has finally arrived. Your cute little parasitical clump of cells has popped out of one of the birthing persons in your relationship, and now it's suddenly a real human being. But what gender is it? It's hard to say. It could even be trans.
Fingers crossed.
How do you tell if your adorable little genderless bundle of joy might be trans, catapulting you into a new level of fame and attention among your friend group? Here are 9 signs to look out for. Number 1, we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2. Crying.
Do it.
Biologists believe that if babies cry, it might be because they are really trying to scream, "I'm the wrong gender!" Transition me now. Listen to the science.
I love how they have like 2 voices in that scream. That was pretty good.
Yep.
Like,
well, it's the cry for attention and then the demands.
Yes, literally, like,
because that's how they do. They have the cry for attention and then they have the demands with the closed fist.
That baby is literally gender fluid. It's just like, as it's screaming, it's like,
100%.
Male, female, male, female, male. It's all over.
They just can't make up their mind.
They just can't. Those darn babies, and they're like, it's not consistent. Number 2, spitting up. This is a sign your baby rejecting and literally barfing out their biological sex. If they're starting to barf things out that are biologically based, I'm like, I think you might have some bigger problems.
You might have other problems, yep.
I'm sure it's about gender.
Yeah, talk for another 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'll take number 3. Pooping. This is a sign your baby rejecting and literally pooping out their biological sex. I will say, though, that's one of the few things that both genders have in common. They poop out the exact same location, so pooping is pretty gender, neutral. Yep. Whereas peeing, totally a different story. They don't pee out the same place. Biology. Yep. Go figure that biology is going out of, style. Yes. It's like people, that's just like, no, it's not racist. It's transphobic. We're talking about biology. Biology is transphobic now.
Yes.
Which is by the way, anybody who, of course, people who listen to the show, they understand because they're smart that those terms are literally nothing more than a new version of blasphemy. That's just the blasphemy law. It's like, you can't say that. That's blasphemy. Oh, wait, not blasphemy. Transphobia. Oh, okay. Well, it's a new word, so it's got to be something totally different. So, works out. Anyways, you can take number 4, Steve, if you're ready.
Yep. Alrighty.
All right, do it.
So, number 4. Does not put up any kind of logical argument when you point out all the reasons they should be trans. Their silence is consent to immediately change their gender. They'd speak up if they objected.
I wonder if the people that we spoke to yesterday on Facebook are basically like that, because they can't actually come up with logical arguments. So maybe they are trans because they literally cannot present logical arguments. It's like literally a disability that they have. It's crazy.
Hold on. No, I get number 5. I get number 5. You did too.
By Dylan Mulvaney videos. Oh. Your trans baby is being comforted by trans joy. Well, you said number 4.
Well, no, but you did number 2 and 3, so I'll do number 5 and 6. Then.
Oh, is it about fairness? Okay,
I'll do 6 and 7. Sorry.
No, you'll do 6 and 7.
Yep. Alrighty. So, screams at Jordan Peterson videos. Your baby is being triggered by facts and logic, the 2 mortal enemies of transgenderism. Number 7.
Oppression.
Drinks milk. Try to stay with us here. There are 4 letters in milk, and milk is white. There are also 4 letters in trans. There's actually 5 letters in trans, but okay.
Yeah, transgender.
And white is one of the colors in the trans flag. Better put baby in his car seat for a trip to the gender clinic. This is one of those Half-Life. Okay, if you're a gamer, you'll understand the reference. It's kind of like the Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yeah, I'm not a gamer.
I know.
I get number 8. Right, okay, so number 8, does not sleep well. What baby doesn't sleep well? What a crazy idea. How can a baby sleep knowing they are in the wrong body? I have trouble with that too. I'm like, I can't sleep, and I'm like, oh, clearly I must be in the wrong body because I just can't fall asleep. Clearly. This is where self-diagnosis gets you.
All right.
All right,
and
Steven,
then, of
get in
course,
there.
the last one And the most important one of all, number 9, you really, really want them to be trans.
Really, I mean, just really in the deep recesses of your soul, you know.
Yeah, this is the most important sign of all. Any baby can be trans if you, the parents, really want them to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I love, Stephen?
Welcome to Munchausen by proxy, bastards.
Yeah. One of the people that you and I were in debating with on Facebook, she was like, she did not get the concept that we were trying to like a draw to. She's like, I have like, there's a gay person in my family, and a trans person, and then there's another trans person, and there's a bisexual person, and there's this other person, and I'm just like,
happy, and I'm like,
do you realize like that is statistically like impossible?
Yeah.
So there's got to be some other
statistically
explanation.
impossible.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, statistically impossible unless you're like, guess what? This isn't genetic. It's not biological. It's a social contagion.
And considering all you need is self-diagnosis, you can basically self-diagnose yourself to like anything. I'm a magical rainbow unicorn. I've self-diagnosed. So get a like staple a tail on me and put a and hot glue a horn on my forehead because I'm a rainbow unicorn.
No, like my girls do have some My Little Pony clothing.
Oh, they're clearly like trans pony.
Well,
they're trans pony, man.
Yeah,
they're trans pony.
They're preparing for the transition.
They're preparing for.
I just haven't accepted the Munchausen by proxy yet.
Hashtag pony life. It's gonna be a thing. Just wait for it. It's literally coming.
Oh,
yeah. So the funny thing is that like this article from the Babylon Bee, it's meant to be humor, but the Babylon Bee is so hilariously ahead of the curve that they like what used to be what they make fun of today becomes like actual fact tomorrow. Like all of this stuff, I can find you articles of people online who have literally said these things or something similar to this. Like it is crazy how people like fall into this kind of stuff. So it's we live in a wonderful era where people believe absolute absurdities. It's pretty crazy.
Yep.
Like wait, Stephen, did you see that video this week? I don't remember the name of the podcast, but it's a podcast. It's the same podcast where the guy said, like, I don't want to sleep with a trans woman because
whatever podcast.
Yeah, the whatever podcast. And he was interviewing it was like several women, and he asked them like, "Can you say what a woman is?" And all of them except one could not or would not.
Yeah. Like
dive on that landmine, and everyone was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? This is how morally like vacuous like people are nowadays. Nobody wants to like step out of line, and so they're all the people have been demoralized. It is crazy.
Oh yeah, well, like you look at what's going on, and we'll talk about this in just a second in regards to Calgary, but people are so afraid of angering the mob, of angering the kind of the woke organizations, that like there's a reason we only have 50 to 100 people who show up to protest Drag Queen Story. There's a reason that there's only small numbers.
Scared.
Is because people are scared of what the mob will do. And the mob has proven them what they are capable of over and over again. And we have several stories talking about that today. But in order to prevent evil, like it's a famous phrase, in order for evil wins when good people do nothing, essentially.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And it's like, in our city, evil is winning because too many people are like, well, like, the world's going to go, like, the world's going to end anyway, and the world's going to become more evil, so, like, why fight it? And it's like, are you serious? Like, why are you so complacent about other, like, yes, you're safe. You're in your bubble. But everyone else is getting fed this web of lies, and you're like, it's okay. But we're going to talk about that in the rant of the week, which we actually can move to now, because Conquerworm, well, I don't think we're allowed, I think Twitch will get mad if I say the Hilter, but how did Jody win the election? I have real questions about that. the polling did not counter that, but we will address that in a minute.